Following a gigantic CSGO major change not too long ago, guys, we now have specificity and details on that same update. And does this screw over Astralis? I think so, but I don't know. So it's pretty crazy. The repercussions out there for filling in a coach for a player or a player for a player are now very, very drastic, especially when it comes to any RMR event, any event that gets you points towards your major qualification process, which, by the way, is quite a few events. If you ever change out a single player, you now give up 20% of the points earned at each and every one of those events. By the way, the rules now clarify, even if it's a change during the event or before the event, you sacrifice 20% of the points you earn at the event. Overall, and what I see so far, yes, this screws over Astralis' idea for a six-man lineup. Now, we never really fully knew if they wanted to go map by map or series by series or event by event when it comes to changing in or filling in a six-man like S-Tag for the roster, but either way, it does not matter. With this rule change, whether or not you change before the event or during the event, if they somehow allow you to change during a series as well in between maps, you are going to be actually fined. You're going to be penalized and punished 20% of the points you could be earning, which, I mean, at that point, unless you're very, very confident the change you make is going to result in a better performance, a 20% better performance, is it really worth taking the 20% punishment? This is a tough one to debate and argue about. I'm sure many of you guys have your own thoughts, but these seemingly are super harsh. I don't know if this is Valve behind the scenes saying, yeah, this is a five-man game. We don't really care what Astralis wants to do. We don't care if they sign 6, 7, 8 guys, 2 coaches. It does not matter to us. It's a five-man game. The best five-man team wins. If you want to go beyond 5, you're going to be heavily penalized for that. And, you know, with all of this being said, we don't even have many TOs out there actually clarifying their rule sets as to whether or not you can interchange these players in between maps, after or before series, or at all during events as well. We'll see how TOs also combat these new changes that Astralis is trying to implement. It's just crazy to think, and especially with this being a compounding effect as well, if you ever change out more than just one player or even swap back, if you put one player in and then swap back to what you once were, it's a compounding effect. So you're already down to 80% of the original points. It compounds once you make that second change to 80% of the 80% you could have earned, which means 64%. So you make more than one change and your points almost go down to half of what you could earn, which these are really harsh. Unless you are fully confident that someone out there is very, very sick, they're very under the weather, or again, when it comes time for what we thought was going to be map specialist, maybe even CTT side specialist, that's certainly not going to happen because the number of times you swap keeps on compounding the points that you can no longer earn. This is a gigantic change in this run of things that many orgs are probably looking at and saying, okay, we'll stick it out with 5 men. Astralis, on the other side of things, they're like, wow, we just screwed up an entire heroic FPX deal to sign this 6-man in July, and now we find out that twice per year, and not only twice per year throughout the major qualifying process, but throughout all the major qualifying tournaments, if we ever make a change, if device ever gets sick, if someone ever can't play this certain map or not feeling very confident that weekend, we swap them out, we're going to be costed 20% of the points. I don't know who's in charge, who's making these rule changes. From a face value, what I see right now, you guys can try and convince me otherwise. I don't see how a 6-man roster currently is worth it unless you are so sure that at some point during the year, throughout multiple events, that one of your players will be underwhelming and swapping them out is going to be worth a 20% deduction. That's crazy. That's insane. Another gigantic wrench in the plan when it comes to CSGO major qualification process. And think after this year, twice per year throughout the major qualifying process. Of course, we have 2 CSGO majors per year, and the several events they need to earn points from. I mean, that's a lot of deductions going Astralis' way for a 6-man roster. This is really, I would love to see what your guys' thoughts are on this. What do you think about it? And of course, I would love to know other players and pros and esports orgs, what they think about this. Will any other team ever go to a 6-man roster, or did Astralis just waste a lot of money trying to? Let's find out. Until next time, enjoy your Wawa, enjoy your coffee. I'll be back here all day long. You guys want to see someone? You guys want to see someone? Dude. Wow!